So I remember it was years ago, probably about 6, 7 years ago. I was actually sitting right over here with my daughter, and at the time I was financially broke. I mean, it was a very tough place in my life, and I remember I'd been trying so hard to turn my life around, and I was working so hard. I had all these financial goals, and it was just like no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't achieve them. And I remember I would get so upset with myself. I would set these goals month after month, and sometimes I would hit them, sometimes I'd come up short. But it just felt like, no matter what I did, like I was like it was as if I was in a bathtub and someone had pulled the drain out, and the water was flushing down faster than I could fill it up. And I remember just sitting out, just looking out on the water, and for some reason at that moment, this idea just popped into my head to just let go. It was like a voice or whatever, my own unconscious, but all of a sudden it was just let go, just let go. And from that point forward, my life started to change. I started to let go of my attachment to all these materialistic and external goals that I had. I started to let go of my ego. I started to realize how much my ego controlled me, and how much I was controlled by my attachments, by my possessions, by my things, by what I had, didn't have, by my goals. I realized how much my goals possessed me, which really contradicts the whole point of goals. If you think about it, we set goals to enhance our lives, but if we're not careful and we set goals just based on materialism and satisfying our ego, that we can become our possessions, and we can become those materialistic fantasies, and we can become our goals. And why that is, that might not seem like it's bad, but why that's can be bad is because what happens when those possessions get taken away from you? Or what happens when you are no longer able to achieve that goal? Say for example, you want to be a basketball player, and all of a sudden, your legs get cut off in an accident or something, so it's just not possible anymore to become a basketball player. What then? And for a lot of people, if they're too attached, they're too attached to those goals and the materialism, and they have too much, too strong of a grip on these attachments, that what happens is when all of a sudden these things get taken away from them, then they just lose it. And this is why, during recessions and things like that, people commit suicide, stockbrokers jump out of windows and things like that, because of their over-attachment to their possessions, their things, their goals, their dreams, their ideas. See, control really is an illusion. The only constant is life is change. And so if, I know as humans we love to try to grasp this idea of permanence, and a lot of times we fear change. But change really is the only constant. That's the only thing that's guaranteed is change. And sure, goals are great, having dreams and visions is great, but don't become attached to those goals, to those dreams, to those materialistic things that you want. Because, like I said, if something happens and for whatever reason you're not able to fulfill those materialistic external desires, then if you're not careful, then that can be the beginning of a downward spiral in your life. And so instead, what I started to do is I started to let go of my attachments and my ego, and instead I started to find comfort and instead work on intentions towards actions. I started to find, instead of desiring all these external things, I was going to work on actions, things that I could control, things that were within my control. I can't always control what's going to happen with the economy, with finances and things like that, but I can control myself and the actions that I choose to take. And I can, most importantly, choose to have my attitude, and having an attitude and knowing that everything's going to be okay. It's all going to work out, even if you can't understand it or not. everything is all good, and I know everything is happening as it should. And so instead, just let go and allow. Let go and allow God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, to do its magic. Let go of that control. Because as long as you're too attached, then what happens is that you become those possessions. Like I said, you become those dreams. And if something happens, they get taken away from you, then it can be very emotionally difficult. Instead, I think you'll find a lot more peace letting go of control. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. Of course you can care. I'm not talking about that. Just letting go of the ego. You know, you're gonna be okay. You're lovable, even if you don't achieve these goals, get these things. You're still worthy of love, and you're still an amazing person with a great heart. So hope you're all having a great day, and until next time, guys, make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.